Hello and welcome in travelers. I wanted to initially show you a couple of my builds, builds that I played over the last couple of years in this game. But honestly, most of them have changed quite a bit. The game has changed quite a bit, and while most of them were fun to make, and you can make lots of builds in this game, not only the meta builds are viable, there are tons of builds you can do in this game. And while not everyone is gonna feel like an S+ build, most of them will feel decent enough and will feel not frustrating like some people think that non-meta builds feel like. However, today I'll just show you this rogue. I've been playing this one in the last couple of days here in preparation for 1.0 patch, and I've played this one for roughly about 21-ish hours and got to level 92 here in hardcore. Obviously Shadow Daggers is a very strong build and will get nerfed for 1.0. The damage of Shadow Daggers will be nerfed by around 20 to 25% as far as I know. Whether that's the base damage or the total damage, I would assume it's the base damage. So if you add more flat damage to the skill via gear, your actual damage loss will probably be less than 25-ish%. So it might still be a good build even after the nerf, in my opinion. And if I don't come up with something else, it's good for our starter build for the 1.0 cycle. We'll see that once the patch notes drop later today actually. I might still just cycle start with this one, since there's also a race going on apparently for hardcore SSF. And while I'm not expecting to win that one, I think racing can be still fun. And if I ever get to 100 in this game, if I can ever get through the mindless grind that is empowered monoliths at some point, it might as well be with this race, because this race does actually motivate me a bit more than your average character playthrough would. Anyway, let's actually talk about the skills now. So this is a Shadow Dagger rogue, and the main skill of this build is honestly shift, because shift is the skill that procs Shadow Cascade down here, creates a shadow after shifting, and also procs 5 shurikens. So we're speccing this into cooldown, haste, not haste, but rather a multiplicative movement speed buff for 1 second after you shift, shadow creation, shadow cascade proc, and then over here mana recovery, invulnerability while shifting, 2 points healing for the 5 point in shuriken to proc 5 shurikens whenever you shift, and then 1 point in elusive. You can put more points in elusive. You could put only 3 here and 2 here, or up to 4 here, honestly, if you either have more skill, plus skills from gear, or if you don't need mana as badly as I do. Now obviously shurikens are procced here, so let's check out shurikens next. Shurikens is just a defensive thing, nothing too fancy here. You want a blade shield for them to be cast around you, and then you will have more armor as long as you have shurikens spinning around you. 30% per shuriken. You have 5 shurikens, so this is 150% armor, which is why any kind of flat armor you get in this build is absolutely insane. And for them to stay around you all the time, you want 4 points in ethereal blades, right, to give them 100% pierce chance. So you basically have this 150% armor buff up all the time. You can also put more points here in floating blades for more duration. This isn't even that needed in my opinion, but honestly, you don't need 20 points on the skill. You only need maybe 17 or 18 to get all the notes you want. Also physical resistance shred down here. Your Shadow Daggers are dealing physical damage, so Fizz Shred is, well, a useful thing that you can use here on a supportive skill. This node is useless, your shurikens don't really deal damage on this build, so yeah, what you want is this, and then Blade Shield, some duration, and then the Fizz Shred. Everything else is pretty much useless, since you're not speccing this one for damage anyway. Now Shadow Cascade is the other skill that procs off your shift. Over here, right, Shadow Cascade is spec'd to also apply Shadow Daggers, which is your main skill, your main damage. So you have Armor Shred here, some support. Then this node is a travel node that you need to get. Also, this gives you 30% more damage, and Shadow Daggers that are being procced from this will also get more damage. So that's actually also 30% more damage. 1 point in flow state, 15% more damage because I have 1 dagger. 4 daggers thrown here after Shadow Cascade, and these daggers that you throw here, these 7 daggers that you throw here rather, they do apply Shadow Dagger, right? So these daggers apply shadow daggers, which is actually your actual damage, and that's why you want as many daggers as possible here. And you also want the duration and the range for the daggers, so they have basically like a better, like an easier way of like hitting enemies that are like further away from the shadows that you create. Now, Shadow Cascade is a skill that's being used by all the shadows as well. So if you, for example, use Unspec Synchronized Strike, like this, and then use Shift, like all of these will use the Shadow Cascade. And you can also already see here that I'm also using Umbra Blades. Umbra Blades is the other skill I'm going to talk about here in a second. We also have 4 points on Shadow Torrent on Shadow Cascade to deal more damage with the shadows, which again will also affect the Shadow Daggers. And then down here, mana refund and mana gain per shadow, so like another basically like way to you know, sustain our mana whenever we proc Shadow Cascade when we shift. So yeah, next up we have Umbra Blades. Umbra Blades with this node over here will be dropped by shadows, so all shadows when they expire, aka when they use Shadow Cascade for example, will automatically drop Umbra Blades, like leave Umbra Blades behind. And Umbra Blades can also inflict Shadow Daggers, so yeah, a decent part of our damage as well here in Umbra Blades. So you get a spec like Dawnfall, Shadow Thrower, Cacophony of Steel, Steel Torrent, and Loathing, so they become these like spinning big blades and like stay in place for at first, and then this one to actually have them home on enemies. If you wouldn't have this node, you wouldn't be like continuously applying Shadow Daggers because your blades would be a one-time hit, so this is a must-have here. Then also I'm getting some like damage per Dusk Shroud. I don't have like an insane amount of Dusk Shrouds, I would say, on this character, but there is a decent amount, and this is again like more damage, so yeah, more damage also for Shadow Daggers in this case. And then here we have some more Dusk Shroud chance whenever this is used, which should also proc whenever you, I think, you know, have it procced from shadows. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe this is just like unlucky chance right now. Let's check again. Actually, maybe those points are actually just useless. Yeah, not sure. You are getting some Dusk Shrouds here, but it might have been because of like Smoke Bomb. So yeah, maybe these points are actually useless. I don't know. Over here you have more throwing physical damage, and then here you have physical to cold conversion, and here you have chill chance. And chill is a pretty nice like debuff, debuff on enemies that like slows the enemy like attack speed and so on. So that's good to have, and helps with like survivability as well. Last but not least, we also have the Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb is a skill that is good for many things actually. You can either get more Dusk Shrouds over here. I didn't spec into like the frequency here because honestly I want some other points as well. This is good too, to like get more Dusk Shrouds, but like I'm not a full Dusk Shroud dependent build in this case, and you only get Dusk Shrouds like when you are inside the Smoke Bomb. So like it's very nice, but not like the best thing about this skill tree, I feel like. Over here we have just duration, so like it lasts longer. Over here we get Crimson Shroud stacks, which, well, do give me some very much needed damage over time reduction, because otherwise I have only mostly armor on this build right now for defense and glancing below, so damage over time is a bit of a weak spot in this second, because I don't have gloves with the experimental effects that like make your armor also like make you take less damage over time as well. So this is pretty important actually right now. Smoke Blades, percent melee damage and throwing damage, which both affect and boost your Shadow Daggers, is actually really good, and probably I should like consider putting 5 points here instead of just 1. However, yeah, I just don't have that yet, because I felt like I just need more defense instead, like more leech for example. Shadow creation to like create more shadows that also can like, you know, proc Umbra Blades and Shadow Daggers. But maybe it's like better to like remove some duration, like put more stuff in Smoke Blades, or like remove some of the leech and like put more stuff in Smoke Blades, because, well, if you have more damage you also leech more right in a way, so this is in a way also leech, not as good as this of course, but still helpful. And then over here we are going to get some Silver Shroud stacks and also to get a cleanse. So the initial burst, right, if I had like some negative ailments on me, I just like drop down this and then I would get like 2 Silver Shrouds instantly, which make me like dodge the next attack and give me some ward whenever I dodge an attack. as well as cleanse all ailments on me. Like if I had like bleed or stuff like that on me, I would cleanse all of that, which is great because, you know, damage over time is, as I said, like a weak spot. So if you have like frostbite stacks or bleed stacks on you, you can like cleanse them immediately with like cleansing steam. So this does help you a lot against like damage over time as well. When it comes to skills, or like passes rather, I have 40 points in Rogue and 65 in Bladedancer right now and 0 in Marksman, because I've spec'd it like this. So Swift Assassin gives you physical damage for melee and throwing and bow attacks. Again, Shadow Dagger is double dip here because of like melee and throwing tags, so you get basically 16 flat damage here for Shadow Daggers, which is insane. Steady Hand 8 points for Dex and HP, 1 point down here for Poison rating and Dodge rating. I'm currently like converting all of my dodge to glancing blow still because I feel like in hardcore it's generally like more consistent. However, at some point, once you have like insane ratings on like glancing blow and dodge chance even without this node, you want to remove this because then you will be overall tankier. I'm not quite there yet, but probably soon actually. And then of course you want 5 points in evasion. 5 points evasion is in my opinion build or like class defining on this class, because this basically means that if you move you take no damage or like way less damage, and if you stand still you take 33% more damage. So you never want to stand still ever on this class, which is why honestly this is very build limiting. It limits build diversity a lot in my opinion. This is design wise I think a terrible node. Obviously, strength-wise on this build, an insane node, which is also like why you never want to like stand still and attack. You just want to like zoom, right? Never stand still, just shift and so on. It leads to a rather one-dimensional gameplay in my opinion, but it's super giga strong, so you need to get this 5 points and never stand still. Agility 5 points here to have haste on hits. This is a node that I maxed out rather recently. You always want 1 point already while leveling, and then later on you can like put up to 5 points here. Dodge and parry, really good node. Dodge rating, glancing blow chance, get this as soon as possible basically. And then over here, more like endgame, or like once you have like very high glancing blow stuff, percent or also apostasy, right? Once you have apostasy and you have basically like 100% glancing blow, Thief Guard is really good because it gives you like flat health, which is never bad in this game. And you also gain 32 health whenever you like perform a glancing blow, which is basically 100% of the time right now. So whenever you get hit, you get 32 flat HP, which is a decent amount, I would say. It's not like insane, but it's a decent amount. And then over here we have Bladedancer, right? 8 points in dexterity and also glancing blow chance, really good node. Over here we have HP and Dusk Shroud when hit. Both are good. I wouldn't say you have to like max this out right away, but it's pretty good. What you really want like right away though is Pursuit, right? This gives you melee and throwing damage, which means, well, again, Shadow Dagger is double dip. Very good node for those, for the Shadow Dagger builds. And at 5 points, you get increased movement speed, which is also insanely good. Once gives you flat melee and throwing attack. Again, Shadow Dagger is double dip, so this is 32 flat damage, which is insane. And over here you have Sciantheses, which give your shadows 90% more damage, including all things procced by your shadows, so like your Shadow Cascade, your Umber Blades, your Shadow Daggers, procced by those ability would all deal like 90% increased damage. And also, you gain 90 health on Shadow Creation, so every time you press this you get like 180 health. Every time you press shift you get like another like health from the Shadow created here. The shadows from Smoke Bomb, every time you create one you also get healed. So it's just a really good node in my opinion. Like whenever you play around shadows, which you pretty much always do when you play Bladedancer, this is a must-have in my opinion. Then I have like 1 point Scarlet Stream and 1 point Crimson Shroud, because I thought for some reason that maybe like your Shadow Daggers actually proc this. They don't, so, and also Shadow Cascade is a throwing attack and also doesn't proc it. So honestly I thought it's useful because I was like searching for like more ways to get more like damage over time reduction, but it's actually useless, so let's remove it for now. We have Blood Dance for Leech. melee damage leached, increased health leech rate. Leech rate especially is like really nice to like speed up that like health gain. 1 point Silver Shroud and Argent Veil. This is never bad. Critical eye, 1 point for crit vulnerability. You don't really like need more crit chance because Shadow Daggers have a 100% chance to crit anyway. And we need 1 point here to get to all in, which gives us crit multi, but like less damage over time and less non-crit damage. But I mean, Shadow Daggers always crit, and it's your main damage, so this is always great. 5 points Hooked Blades, I got this a bit later for like armor shred and increased armor effect, which is also nice for like hit-based stuff, which Shadow Dagger is in this case. And then Shadow Master, also insane, because it gives you like +1 max shadows that you can have at the same time, and also 100% increased damage for shadows, including all of their attacks that they do yield, right? And then, yeah, Apostasy is the node that like converts all dodge chance to glancing bolt chance, which in my opinion in hardcore is really, really good. You should probably get this right away. And then later on, once you have like very high dodge chance and glancing blow chance without this node, you can remove it again. Now the last 2 points that I just got, I'll probably put into... So if you were playing low life setup here, you would play Death's Door, which is insane for low life builds. Otherwise, I think at this point you can either go for dodge rating here and increase damage while at full health in a Suwon's Pact, that's decent. You could also max out Guile for like more poison rest and dodge rating, that's also not bad at all actually. Or you can just like get the dexterity over here in Marksman and a dodge rating debuff on enemies as well. That's not bad, and I mean Dex is like never bad for rogue, scales pretty much everything. So that's that. Let's check out the gear. I'm playing hardcore, so I'm actually playing a shield, as you can see here. And also a dagger, because otherwise Shadow Daggers don't work. So the shield is just like more or less like classic shield stuff, block stuff, auto block affixes, reduced damage taken from crits as well, and flat armor here, which I have like too much of, but the flat armor is nice. My chest has insane amounts of armor, as you can see. For prefixes, you want physical penetration with Shadow Daggers. Ideally, I tier 5. This is only at tier 3 because I ran out of forging potential, unfortunately. Flat vitality on the prefix as well, and then suffix would generally be best to have something like this armor affix or percent HP as well. I got necrotic rest on mine, which, well, fits my resistances right now, but it's not actually ideal. And then some sealed mana, which it's not really like necessary, of course, but having some extra mana is not really bad either. Belt is hybrid health, and this belt is really, really old. I've been using this since like level 50, I think, or something like that. Like, it's really, really old. Hybrid health is obviously the best in slot suffix, and then the other one could be like dodge rating or also increased health. Like percent health is better than dodge rating here as well, for sure. Like increased armor can be decent too. For prefixes, you could get like mana regeneration, or the potion giving you a cleanse as well, right? Whenever you use a potion. And also the base of this belt is currently a only 3 potion slot belt, which isn't really great either. I mean, as I said, like you want like armor, yes, it's great, but you want like the 4 potion slot base. And I think there's even like a new belt that's coming with 1.0 that has even more armor, and that would be, I mean, sick, right? Because like flat armor and rogue with a shuriken setup is absolutely nuts, so that should be pretty good. My boots currently are just like mercurial Borean boots. Yeah, they have like insane movement speed, so they're great for that. Then they have some additional strength, which is armor, but otherwise strength isn't that great here. Dex or vitality would be better. Actually, I don't think you can get Vit on boots. Actually, you can get Vit on boots. Yeah, so Vit or Dex is better than strength, of course. Suffix hybrid health, best in slot suffix, and then armor and reduced damage taken from crits, also not too bad. And some like sealed dodge rating here, which, well, is okay. The base ultimately isn't the best. The code res is nice to have right here in my setup because I like, you know, build the other items around these as well. But yeah, there are like better boots coming also in 1.0 that can get you like insane armor and even have the like reduced bonus damage taken from crits as a implicit. So yeah, boots can be way better in 1.0 for sure as well. Relic, you want throwing damage on couple of slots here actually to like scale your damage of Shadow Daggers. You want them on Relic, on Gloves, on Amulet, and on rings. So there's like 5 slots where you can get throwing damage. And you can also get crit multi here, right? So throwing damage, crit multi, or maybe like some plus skills, the skills that you actually want. Suffixes on Relic, I think, can be pretty much always resistances, unless you need some, unless you don't need rest for some reason and you need like some HP maybe instead. But Relic is a nice slot to like put resistances on for sure. The sealed damage over time does nothing, it was just sealed so that I can put other affixes instead. Gloves, well, the base is far from ideal, right? You want the endurance gloves in my opinion, or maybe some new like 1.0 gloves that are even better. Like focus. I think there are some that have cooldown reduction now. Like cooldown reduction gloves should be insane on this build actually. Sealed flat health, which is not too bad, and then a hybrid health on top. Increased reach rate is great in my opinion as well. And prefixes are strength and dexterity. Instead of the strength, you want throwing damage. Dexterity is pretty good though, and I'm using them because, yeah, 15 dex is quite a decent amount. Rings, yeah, throwing damage is the prefix you want. This one also has strength, not dex. Dex would be better than strength unless you play a cleaver solution. Suffix, elemental res, and increased health regen. The health regen is absolutely useless. So that's pretty much a 3 affix ring right now. Far from ideal, very far from ideal. But I didn't really like find good rings in this run, honestly, I don't know why. But yeah, maybe unlucky. But yeah, suffix, the second suffix can be another slot where you can like put like resistances again. So you can then like, you know, pull away. For example, if I had like necrotic rest in the ring, I could like pull away the necrotic rest from the chest basically and have like percent HP here. It would be like way better overall. The other ring also has throwing damage, of course. And yeah, double rest on the suffixes, fire rest and poison rest. I didn't like use the remaining fortune potential here yet because I don't need more fire rest at the moment, but maybe in the future I will. Or maybe I'll also like try to seal the fire rest and like put a 4th different affix here for like other kind of resistances. But I don't quite know what I want here yet, so I was like keeping the forging potential to like keep some flexibility on the build. The other prefixes, again, strength, good for cleaver solution, but not really like good for the build right now, apart from like getting some armor, of course. But I mean, strength is at least like somewhat useful. Like it's always armor, so it's not like completely wasted. But yeah, far from ideal. My dagger is actually pretty darn good, I think, right now. We have armor shred and suffix, unfortunately not tier 5. And also the frailty and melee hit is honestly a little bit useless because, well, rogue gets like free frailty on, like, or rather Bladedancer gets free frailty on Spellbreaker anyway. It's only 20% chance, but I don't think you need to like invest into like frailty on dagger all that much. There should be like something better here. The armor shred is, in my opinion, like probably best in slot though. And prefixes are melee physical damage, which is like insanely good. And then you want ideally a crit multiplier, like tier 5, and maybe like sealed increased physical damage. This one is the other way around, still really good though. So yeah, percent crit multi, percent increased physical damage, flat melee physical damage, and percent increased physical damage on the implicit, and flat melee damage on the implicit, all of which scale the shadow daggers. So overall, I can't complain. Like, definitely you can get like even better daggers. Like, I'm not saying this is the best that you can ever get, but it's a pretty good dagger, and I'm not gonna complain about like getting something like this in like 20 hours. That is like very nice. My helmet has exalted vitality. I do still like vitality because it gives you like free poison, necrotic rest, and also, you know, health. Not as much as it used to be, like used to give. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it's still okay. And then also dexterity, increased armor, and again more armor and reduced like damage taken from crits, and some sealed elemental res. Ideally, I think, I mean, I have like too many of these like armor and reduced damage taken from crit suffixes, so ideally you want like percent HP on the suffix here. My HP is a bit low, honestly, on this build. The build is still very tanky right now, like really tanky, because you have like, you know, 66% armor, basically like 100% glancing blow, 92 right here. If I use this, it's like, yeah, basically 100%, or like you get like one dust shot and you're at 100%. So I'm like pretty much also like at the point where I can, like, as I said, like remove apostasy. But yeah, so HP would be nice to have, right? More HP would be very nice to have. My amulet right now is the bone amulet, also with throwing damage prefix. So I do have like throwing damage on pretty much all of these slots except for gloves. And then mana regen is great. Physical penetration would be even better here in this case. Like you want the fist pin on the amulet and you want the mana regen on the belt, in my opinion. And then suffixes on amulet, I mean, it's a nice slot to get resistances, or like some flat HP is okay too, but I think res are generally better on amulet. So yeah, void res here and some flat HP is what I have. And then the implicit is really good, one of the best, physical resistance and necrotic resistance as well, helping me like cap those resistances. Ultimately, I think you want to fix your resistances with suffixes on rings and amulet, and then for the implicit, actually play the Oracle, I think it's called, Oracle amulet. That gives you like less damage over time taken, like this one over here, right? But I haven't found like a good enough one that like can actually replace my bone amulet yet. But ultimately, these would be the thing to aim for to, you know, give you also like better defense against damage over time, since that is something that armor can't solve for you. Unless you get the experimental suffix on gloves that makes armor also affect damage over time, which, well, would be better than the leech rate for sure. Better than hybrid health, I'm not sure, maybe not, but like better than, say, leech rate, it should be, in my opinion. But yeah, also that requires you to get like experimental effects on gloves, which you get from the mages, of which I did kill quite a bit, but sometimes you just don't get what you want, right? And that's fine too. Idols, I'm using physical penetration with shadow daggers, one here, one here. One of the best ways, in my opinion, to like scale shadow dagger damage into endgame. Also health on dodge. I'm not dodging right now, so this is actually useless, but again, as soon as I like remove apostasy, this will be actually useful. Other than that, ideally you want to always get like a double HP idols, like HP prefix percent and suffix flat HP. However, I didn't get a single one so far, and I only have, for example, this one. That's probably like my best idol right now. Resistances and HP, very nice. This is just HP, suffix is useless. This is like, well, there to like fix my lightning res right now. Void res and vitality. I mean, 3 vitality is pretty good. 2 vitality here, not quite as good, but like high resistances, both of which I just like use also to like fix my void res. And then this one is like armor and HP. Whenever you like don't know what else to put, I mean, put double HP or like put armor and HP like 1 by 1s. And then here, physical penetration with a dagger and 9% elemental res. This is honestly my worst idol that I'm using right now, but I do need to use it because of, you know, elemental res. And yeah, if I had like more 1 by 2 HP and Ellie res, I would use those instead of this, like 100%. These are way better than these. But it is what it is. This is what I have, Ellie res, and 5% fist pen is also like 5% more damage in a way. Not as good as the 15% here, of course, like way worse. I mean, these are bad, but yeah, I mean, it's like what I have. It's okay for now. Anyway, this is probably like one of the best builds I've ever played for hardcore. It feels really safe at this point. I'm at 250 corruption right now. I think yeah, that's like where I just pushed to after like 20 hours. I mean, I could like push, I will push further into like 300 plus corruption, that's for sure. Feels safe for that, even for hardcore. As long as you like don't pick like too many increased damage modifiers, of course, but I mean, that's like something you always want to avoid if you're playing hardcore. You can like pick some, that's fine, but like not too many. And there's some improvement here for gear, of course, as you can see. But yeah, just want to like show you this build instead of like all the other builds that I've been playing in the last couple of years, because honestly, this build is just like better than pretty much any of those. So yeah, I mean, shout out to like everybody who has made Shadow Dagger builds before. I'm sure there were like 5 billion people that have done this kind of build before, because Shadow Daggers is one of the like obvious OP builds ever since Rogue came out. Like everybody who's made this, I don't know, like McFluffin has made one, Bina has made one, right? Bina QC. There's like tons of people that have done builds like these. However, most of them play like dual wield daggers, and if you dual wield daggers, you take 9% more damage in this game, right? Which I don't want to do in hardcore. I don't like that. So I'm playing shield, and it's surprisingly good still, even with shield, like damage-wise, and very fucking tanky. So yeah, just wanted to like show you this build. Check out the gameplay after this. Have fun if you're gonna play this 1.0 as well. Again, as I said, like Shadow Daggers are getting like a slight nerf damage-wise. So don't expect this to be quite as much damage as it is right now on 1.0. But I think it's still gonna be good. It's still gonna be like a very safe build, and since you are a rogue and you're not standing still in this build ever, you are taking 25% less damage as well. Again, like, wow, to play a rogue that takes more damage and stand still, right? When you can just like not stand still and dodge everything while also taking 25% less damage. Anyway, I stop ranting about balance in this game and just wish you good luck with 1.0. Have fun, and don't be afraid to like play whatever you would like to. The build has insane build diversity, even though balance might sometimes like make some of the builds not feel all that good. I think tons of them can actually work, and because there are so many builds in this game, even if like 50% of them are bad, there's still like 50% of them that are insanely good and fun, and there's still like 5 billion of those basically. So yeah, just play whatever you want, and like feel free to like, you know, tinker with these skill trees, which are, after all, like one of the most fun things that this game has to offer. Many like interesting decisions you can do here. Most of them work very well as well. So yeah, have fun 1.0. I'll see you around. I feel like I dealt more damage last time than this time. I mean, I guess I was like dual wielding, so that makes sense. But I was dealing more damage last time than this time. AI lag, what the fuck. 51 for those. Bleed, Ignite, Dagger, but kind of like bad roll. And you got another reduced bonus damage take from crits thing. But we also have the chest anyway. 5% XP even. Dang, that's very nice. Alright, put your lag on. I have 60% lightning res, 1200 HP, which is pretty high, but lightning res could be better. Oh no, we have to kill this actually. Attack this. What am I doing? Yeah, also like shift, save shift maybe for this? I don't know. Maybe not. Monka? Oh yeah, the claws deal physical damage, right? And I have 35 physical resistance only. That makes sense. Honestly, this is legit like way worse damage than when I was playing like bleed puncture the other day. Like proper like bleed setup. First time playing the game, Dagon messed you up. I think everybody like dies to Dagon like once. Either to like the beam, not to the claws, but like either the beam, right, or this one, or the one where he like does the moonbeam from above, right, like this one, the water beam here. Like any of the 3 beams can like deal a lot of damage, right? Okay. I should have like really not removed my fucking bleed damage, right? Oh my god, dude. Okay, that's gonna take 5 billion years, dude. The thing is like the Shadow Dagger chance via puncture is like what? 50%, and you need 4 to proc it, right? So you need like 8 hits. That seems kinda bad. But I mean, if the bleed is useless, like what else do I pick? I still need the skill as a mana generator, so... I could like spec out of... Maybe like spec out of Smoke Bomb and like die instead? I would spec out of Shurikens and not have the armor. You survive my storms. Oh shit. Ride the wave, ride the wave. Maybe don't actually ride the wave. Oh my god, literal 0 DPS. What the fuck? Move, move, move. Oh.
My waves will shatter you.
There's only one problem here as well. Thank the moon area thing. Like that one. Should I try? I'm pretty sure I actually could. Let's try. Maybe not. I need the armor from the shurikens and I can try. Oh my god, I needed to like shift into it. It was too late. Okay.
Waves will shatter you.
No lightning rust, so we gotta get the mana. Yeah, damage isn't that great actually. Do I have to kill the stuff or can I just chill? I got all these curses. I mean, that's what Warlock is all about, right?
No, get out of my mind! Get out!
This is like so freaky, dude. Like, yeah, the damage could be better. Like considering I'm like going here this late and being like 10 levels over leveled, right? He's like double healing. Damage is really kind of bad. Like compared to some other stuff. She has DR. No, but this is like crit and like... I mean, she always... I mean, of course they all have DR, but I mean just like... I'm not looking at the numbers, I'm looking at the kill time. Like for example, when I was playing Bleed Puncture, right, I killed her before she was even able to like heal the first time. And I killed her at around the same level as now, I think. Also, why the fuck is the stream like disconnecting again now? Oh my god, come on. Rip. Rip. Exactly now. Oh well. But tankiness is pretty nuts. I wonder if I could tank this. I have not kept Necrotic Rest though, so I don't want to do this actually. But I'm pretty sure if I had like kept Necrotic, I could like tank him. Also, why is he getting pushed around, man? Like, oh my fucking god, dude. Yeah, damage is like very bad. It's not even mid. Should be dead by now. He's not even half HP. But to be fair, like for running monos, I mean, okay, for empowered I will definitely like need way more damage. But like running the normal monos, like you just zoom through right anyway, like you don't need all too much damage. You just want like to get to the objective. Holy fuck. I was standing inside the blood. As you can't see it properly. GG. Okay, I'm outside now, right? Okay. Yeah, it's like non-capped necrotic grass and tanking the necrotic thing and like tanking the blood was a bit too much. Why is he getting pushed around, man? Why is he's like even pushing himself now, what? Please, I wanna like not die first before you show me like all the other stuff. Crit chance of melee damage leeches health. I mean, I guess we go for leech, right? Because crit chance avoidance is... This one is actually bad. Like, this used to be like really good in the past. But it's actually way worse now. That you wanna get like the armor plus avoidance instead. I mean, this is meme, so you wanna get this, right? Do you know if you sail east from New Zealand, you end up back in time? You do indeed.
This world belongs to the flame below. Through it we shall burn eternal flame. Consume you.
This fight is gonna take too long. Compared to like how long it should take. But it's okay. At least you're tanky.
Be engulfed. Embrace the flame. Erupt. You will be snuffed out. Eternal to aim. Flames consume you. The strongest burn the brightest. How bright will you burn? My soul burns.
Who's alive? One more guy?
Eternal flame. No, the flame is fading.
Okay, do we get armor? Hell yeah, let's go, log in. We got one more armor than the literal lowest roll you can ever get. Oh well. GG.
This is a mercy. Shatter.
Shatter.
Do not stand.
Dude, he sounds like a Pega, dude. So funny. Shatter. Why are you running?
This is a mercy.
No, no. Oh my god, I'm frozen.
Shatter.
Shatter. To be honest, the like stun reduction boots are probably like great on rogue, because like if you get stunned, right, you not only, well, are stunned, but you also take more damage because you're no longer moving. And if you're not moving, the 25% Yarn node doesn't work anymore, right? So like the stun reduction boots are actually really good in Rogue, I think. The more I think about it.
This is a mercy.
I wasn't sure you'd make it, but you pulled through.
Yo, Scatterbrain.
The year is 2044. I watch Shrek Boot up last Epoch 3 and looking to his new Shadow Dagger's rogue build. I see hello streamer and in news about Grindon Season 6 yet. Rec pauses and answers. Maybe next year.
Thanks for the resub, Scatterbrain. Maybe next year. Now, Season 6, definitely this year, guys. Early this year, right? It's still early in the year, right?
Rise,
Fucking
my
copium.
fallen champions. Aid me.
We were promised a German-only stream.
This is a mercy.
Oh yeah, German-only stream this year, true.
Shatter. Do not stand in my way.
Is Bob Sauce is too chatty? Ah, I don't mind it. He's at least funny. Not this scuffed voice lines.
This is a mercy.
And also, I mean, every
Sons of our
sound cue, like,
aid me.
is like a... how do you say that? Fuck, what's the English word again? Indicator? I guess indicator is a word, yeah. Not the word I was searching, but that is a word. It's like an indicator of like what skill he's gonna use next turn. It's like a telegraph, in a way. Yeah, telegraph was the word I was searching for.
This is a mercy.
Holy, my damage is so bad though, like...
Shatter. Do
Sakes
not
for fucking
stand
ever.
in my way.
Who am I? None of your business.
This is a mercy. I did what I must to
Hey, look at the
protect
bow.
my people.
Ice Mage, Pew Pew build. Okay, where's my armor? And then we're done. We're done with Empower. We're up to Empowered. 9 hours 15, 9 hours 20, depending on how long this fight's gonna take. I mean, that's okay, I guess. Could be better. Could be like 8 hours. Could be like 7 maybe even, but... It's okay. I can even like tank this almost. I got a little bit at least. I shouldn't really like try though, to be honest. Unnecessary. I'm not a rune master after all. Rune master can like literally stand still inside this like spin. Tarek has it down to 4 hours. Holy. But he's playing softcore, right? Like not hardcore. But still, yeah, it's kinda crazy. On what class? 4 hours. That's insane.
Burn, wretches.
Yeah, Tarek is a beast, man. Tarek is just insane.
Burn, wretches. My magic has no equal. Perish. Why you run? It is hopeless.
It is hopeless. Where's the music, by the way? The music is also hopeless. Give me the music. Hello? Oh, it's just quiet. What is this track?
Burn, wretches. Burn, wretches.
Why do we have the sleepiest music for this boss?
Burn, wretches. My magic has no equal. Perish. Why you run? It is hopeless.
He's using skips. Which skips?
Burn, wretches.
I mean, I've also skipped chapters 6, 7, and 8. Right, so I did like... I didn't do the one skip they're gonna fix though. I didn't do the chapter 2 to 4 skip. I didn't do that one.
This world belongs to the
Wait, but like, do bosses like? But you wanna like to increase corruption, right? You wanna run Oribus as much as possible, right?
burn to
You wanna always run Oribus or not? Maybe not. And you just wanna like run Oribus that's like far away from the center, right?
eternal flame. You will be snuffed out. Flames consume.
And the normal bosses also increase corruption? Oh, okay. Do they now?
Erupt.
Okay, holy 0 DPS. Erupt! Are you erupting, chat?
Eternal flame.
Oribus doesn't interact with the model anyway.
Snuffed out.
Wait, what? Oribus increases corruption, right?
Eternal flame.
What do you mean, no interaction?
Embrace the flame. Burn to ash.
Like, there's only one interaction anyway, right? Like, the interaction is like increasing corruption. There's no other interaction.
Consume you. You will be snuffed out.
The way you progress to blessings doesn't change. Yeah, but like, you get 5 blessings at 200 corruption instead of 4 to choose from. So it does change with corruption.
Embrace the flame. Erupt.
Yeah, Oribus resets the model layout and it increases corruption.
Burn to ashes.
So like, if you do Oribus, you get to 200 corruption faster, right? That's my point.
Eternal flame.
That's basically like why I'm asking, like, okay, do you like
My soul burns.
just spam Oribus, or do you like spam the boss, or you do like both, or...
Fading.
That's like the question, right? Anyway, we got, instead of 121 armor, we got 237 armor, which is also a low roll, but I mean, at least it's armor. Okay, replace. I mean, flat HP, right, scales your threshold as well. Like, your threshold scales automatically with HP, so only getting threshold instead of HP is like usually just bad.
My shadow will cover this world once more.
Oh yeah, the bridge. I forgot about the bridge. We gotta check out the bridge, right?
That's it. My vengeance will be paid in ash.
Like, now we just go to the bridge, right? What is this, dude? Why is there no block here?
This hate, this despair,
What the fuck?
oblivion burns within me.
They're gonna fix this for 1.0, right? So you can't just like dock leave the arena?
This world ends. Do you deny it?
This is stupid, dude. What the fuck, man?
My shadow will cover this world once more.
Okay, we.
Pathetic. My vengeance will be paid in
Oh my god, I thought Raya's like the hardest boss in the game, but he's not. He's so fucking easy. Because you can just use the bridge. So dumb, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh, actually I got hit even. Oh, I only took like 300 damage
This despair
from that skill. I mean, I did block as well, but
burns within you. Do you think my defeat
I am
changes
tanky.
anything?
That's good.
This world is all
Okay, what do we want?
dead.
I think we want increased leech rate, right? I mean, you can also just like do it for fun, of course. Like, I mean, it depends like what your goal is. Like either you do it just for fun, or like you do it with like maybe hoping that you maybe like become a content creator as well while doing it. Like you're doing, and it's kind of like streaming in a way, right? Like you're doing your hobby, and then like trying to make money off it as well, maybe, and like, well, you know, it's like any artist job. I feel like. Like streamers are basically also like just, you know, performance artists in a way. Like each with their own style, of course, but no, they don't pay for that kind of stuff exactly, but as I said, like it can be like you do that for fun, and then you can also do other stuff for money, you know. You can do both. If you want to do that, of course. If, I mean, if the money is good enough, then more and more people will do it, you know. The threshold, like everybody has like a different threshold for like whatever they're like willing to do for money, basically. Cosplay and then cosplay on OnlyFans. Yeah, most of the time. I mean, you could also basically maybe, I mean, I'm sure there's like, I mean, there has to be like, for example, like modeling agencies that like basically like hire models to cosplay for you at like, for example, like certain game events, right? Kind of like how you can become like a model for like just looking beautiful like next to a car at like car events. Like for game events, that could also work, I guess. Or like does work, I think, as well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know it all too well, but... Okay, 62 timeline now, right? Unlock the other one. And now we didn't get XP, so we just keep what we have, right? We just keep current. It kind of like pisses me off that like the arrows don't go away when you have already like defeated the soul vessels. This is a bit like unnecessarily confusing in my opinion. Boss damage reduction is fun. This ring with like 3 LP, for example, is just like 3% increased health, right, actually. I mean, fuck the minion stuff, but like, it's just increased health. Like 10% increased health is like not even that bad, to be honest. Yeah, just whatever, right? We already have like both unlocked. Now give me XP. Hell yeah, 10% XP. GG! Dude, it's like max roll, dude. Oh my god, why is not today the racing day, man? More mark for death. They can really apply it anyway, like it doesn't stack, right? And then you have notes like this. 92% increased damage? The fuck? The fuck? The fuck? They're gonna nerf those, right? Right? They're gonna be fixed for one though? Surely. Surely they will be fixed. Oh, more XP game? Let's blast. Honestly, with this shrine you wanna like full clear maybe even. When you get the XP shrine, right? If there was any density. Yeah, I've been saying the same since like 3 years. They need to nerf modifiers and buff corruption base, and also ideally buff level scaling. Because levels don't matter enough, corruption doesn't matter enough, and modifiers matter too much. I've been giving them this feedback for like the last 3 years. Maybe this time. Maybe this time, right?
Easy. Too easy.
Maybe this time. Yeah, it's been like this since like the last, like since whenever they made Monolith be the thing. That's the actual game. It's like since the last 4 years, it's like cherry picking mods. I mean, you should always like do that in a way. But some of the mods like literally don't matter at all. And others are ego rippy. So, yeah, I don't know, the balance is not quite there.